Do I think Carlton will be in the finals this year in 2025? Do I think they're going to make the top 8? Well, to be honest, if I'm being really honest, I have to say that Carlton will not be in the top 8. I have them finishing around 10th on the ladder this year. And I say this because, well, Carlton has only had 4 wins so far this year, and if I remember correctly, I'll just check. I think they have 7 losses. I'll just check that for a moment. Yep, it's 4 wins and 7 losses. So they're not doing too good, Carlton. But 2 years ago, back in 2023, they were in a similar position of just 4 wins at this same round, but then they did go on to have a 9-game winning streak, and they got 13 wins for the season, which got them into the top 8 just. But looking at the teams this year, I have to say that, well, as the games have gone this year, there's some very convincing top 8 teams. And I'd say there's the top 8 are definitely a level above the other 10 teams. I'd only say there's only one spot in the 8 up for grabs, which could be potentially Giants going out or Hawthorn going out of the 8, and Fremantle possibly going into the 8. That's the only, I can only see one spot in the 8 being taken by one of the bottom 10. And I did a ladder prediction to see who will be the top 8. But Carlton, I've got them getting the 13 wins, but the top 8 are just going to be teams that have 14 wins, 15 wins. So yeah, even if Carlton did go on a 9-game winning streak from this point, I still don't think that they're going to be in the top 8. And it's probably not likely that they'll get 9 wins this season. Just the way they're playing is not really that good. They were a better team 2 years ago, and even last year they were okay. They just got into the 8 last year, thanks to the help of Port Adelaide beating Fremantle for them, and in that last round of round 24. So yeah, I think it's just not going to be their year this year for Carlton, but it's good for all these other teams, like Adelaide and Adelaide Crows especially, because they were in the bottom 10, but they seem to have improved immensely this year. So we'll see what happens later in the season, and we'll see what happens in the finals. And here, guys, is who I potentially think will be in the finals this year for 2025. We've got number 1, Geelong. I think they have a good chance of being number 1, and number 2, Western Bulldogs. But I could see Collingwood up there in 1 or 2 for sure. But here I have Bulldogs as 2nd, 3 Adelaide Crows. They're just playing good football, and I'd expect them to make top 4, just if they continue playing as they are. 4th, Gold Coast. They're They look like they're going to make the finals for sure for the first time in their history. 5, we've got Collingwood. I mean, maybe that's ranking them a bit low, because they are first on the ladder at the moment. And yeah, I'm seeing, actually, now that I think of it, Collingwood and Geelong will be in those top 2 spots. Either Collingwood will be 1 and Geelong will be 2, or Geelong will be 1 and Collingwood 2nd. But Collingwood 5th here, Brisbane Lions 6, Hawthorn in 7, GWS Giants in 8, and then Fremantle in 9. But I'd say that I would give those 9 teams a really good chance of making the finals. You could take out Hawthorn or Giants and put Fremantle up there. Hawthorn or Giants could potentially miss out on finals, just depends what happens. But yeah, I'd really say that the top 9 teams are going to be the ones to battle it out for those 8 spots. And Carlton, I have them just falling short in the end. Then we have the final series, and look, it's anyone's guess who will be in the finals and who's going to be playing in the grand final. But if I had to put my money on it, I would say Collingwood versus Geelong in the grand final, or possibly a Collingwood versus Brisbane final again. But I mean, I would love to see some other teams in the grand final for a change, like Adelaide Crows or Giants, Gold Coast Suns, and I mean, I'd like to see Carlton there, of course, but that's not going to happen. But anyway, Giants, Gold Coast, Crows, that would be, good to see one of those teams there in the final, up against probably a Collingwood, Geelong or Brisbane, I think. But if I had to put my money on it, I would say, we're going to see a Collingwood versus Geelong grand final, like we did see in 2011, which Geelong won, of course.